Hello everyone, I'm back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the WWE WrestleMania 39 Elite Series Rock. Now, of course, this figure is not from WrestleMania 39 in terms of The Rock. He was not actually at that event at all, but every year the WWE, they do a WrestleMania line, so featuring performers in their gears from previous WrestleManias they've been in. So I actually picked up some of the current WrestleMania actually 41 line figures last week. So this figure is not from The Rock at WrestleMania 39. It's just the series, as you see the WrestleMania, Hollywood logo, which was the logo for WrestleMania 39. And this figure is from Rock's very legendary match at WrestleMania 18 against Hulk Hogan. If we go to the back of the box, we see the, little blurb. And the great one defeated Hollywood Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 in the most electrifying match in WrestleMania history. Then we see the other figures in these series. The only other one I have in the series is Hulk Hogan. I have not seen the Dusty. I think I may have seen the Dusty Rhodes. I'm not sure if I've seen Dusty Rhodes. I don't know. But I never saw the Macho Man figures. Macho Man figures are extremely rare, at least in my neck of the woods. So, again, this figure is from WrestleMania 18, which is circa 2002. And let's get into it. And also, before I continue, happy Good Friday. It is a very good Friday here weather-wise. It feels fantastic outside. I think it feels like it's in the early 70s. Lots of wind, too. So, great weather. And we're going to get into this. And this figure, I've had it for a while. It's not, what I would call one of the sexiest figures in terms of it's not really a lot of bells and whistles to it. And I don't do a lot of Rock figures because a lot of them are pretty similar in scope. They've been releasing a few more older versions, but for the most part, I have all the Rock figures I will ever need. I have one from his Blue Chipper days, and I have a couple, one from his, a couple from his, Attitude Era period. Then I have the one from the Rock concert from 2003, and then this one. So, and again, Rock is not a big, collecting Rock figures is not a big collection priority. It's not like it's Rey Mysterio or Seth Rollins or AJ Styles or even Triple H figures that I collect a little more frequently. But this is a Build-A-Figure series, so of course you see the extra pieces. The parts of this series builds to create a Howard Finkel figure. Rest in peace to Howard Finkel, legendary ring announcer. And yeah, we're going to get into this figure. And again, thank you everyone for, the likes, comments on my recent stuff. I definitely appreciate it. I've been very diligent in responding now. I was going through my videos from years ago. And came across a video. It was an anime video. No, one was a Pro Wrestling Crate box, and then the other was, I think, an anime unboxing video from like 8 years ago. And come to find out I never commented at all, responded to the comments. So I was responding to comments from like 8 years ago, and I got some feedback. I got some responses. So it's good to see that a lot of those people are still active on YouTube. But that was crazy. I gotta do a lot better job of paying attention to the comments. Now I want to go back through a lot of videos and just see how if I responded in a timely manner. But again, you see the other piece. You have the additional, Rock interchangeable hands, nothing special. And yeah, in this figure again from 2002. So this is a very different looking Rock figure than say a Rock figure from 99 or 2000. By 2002, Rock had his hair was, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to say the word thin, but his hair was much lower. He usually had that kind of flat top look for, with the long sideburns from, 98 through, I would say, maybe early 2001. But this was the period where Rock, he took off a lot of 2001 because he was starting in the movies. And actually 2002 was the last year that Rock could be considered a full-time wrestler. and not even for a lot of that year, because he was kind of dipping in and out, because again, he was much more entrenched in Hollywood, started, doing his first movies, Scorpion King, I think. He was, I think, what was it, The Mummy Returns or something, and Scorpion King, and his career started taking off, and come really the latter, really after SummerSlam of 2002, Rock was a part-time performer for the most part. He came back that year. He came back, he beat Hogan at Mania. Then he kind of in and out, won the belt in the summer, and then dropped it to Brock at SummerSlam of 02. And then after that, we didn't see him really until the build for WrestleMania 19 the following year. So, and we look at this figure. So, very good head scan, and lower haircut. And the trunks, you have the gold Rock logo on the front, and the back, the gold Brahma Bull. And the rest is standard Rock attire. You got the, kind of cutout boots, which are his trademark. And I believe it was there, the Brahma Bull tattoo on the show, on the arm right there. And aside from that, not a lot else. But a good figure, though. Feels really good. And again, this was definitely a pivotal point in Rock's career where he was really transitioning into that living legend status. I mean, Rock is one of the few wrestlers you can really say, from his debut in 96 to by the time by the time of this match at WrestleMania in 2002, he had already, to me, established himself as an all-time great talker, all-time great drawing card, and everything he's done since has just confirmed it. Now, I'm not so big a fan of The Rock today, in his role of, I wouldn't even call him a part-timer, because he's not even around that long to be considered a part-timer, but of super sporadic dropper in. And I just have not been pleased nor impressed with the build for WrestleMania this year, being that Rock is a big part of it, and we haven't seen him at all on WWE TV since the since the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. And so I'm not really a big fan of just the way Rock moves today, but again, all-time great, can't dispute his legacy under any circumstances. So he'll be at WrestleMania, I'm sure, him and Travis Scott, we'll see. But like I said, just really surprised that disappointed that we didn't get a Rock appearance to help out with the Cena and Cody build. But that is all for this review, so hope you've enjoyed it. And again, just thank you everyone for the love, the feedback. As I always say, you could be doing 100 other things, watching a million other videos on YouTube, but you're taking out the time to watch mine, so I greatly appreciate it. And just again, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be celebrating, Easter Resurrection Sunday, so we have a Good Friday service at church tonight. Then we're doing some activities tomorrow. Then, we have a couple of services on Sunday, and just a good weekend celebrating the resurrection of Christ. So again, just hope you enjoy yourself this weekend and have a great rest of the day. I will talk to you again after a while.